Welcome back, my beauties, and welcome to another video. Tonight I am going to be doing a makeup look for you guys that is also going to be kind of a challenge for me, because most of the time I normally only do like neutral eye looks. I don't really pop into a lot of colors, but I'm going to start, dipping into more colors, trying more exotic palettes and stuff like that, playing with a lot more colors and things like that. So today I'm going to be trying to do a Beauty and the Beast inspired look. Now I've already got my base on because I just did a initial impression on the Instabake, the Beauty Bakery Instabake Aqua Glass foundation. So that's why I already have my base done. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I'm also going to be going in with my James Charles and Morphe collab palette. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to do two different eye looks. On this side I'm going to be doing the character Belle, and then on this side I'm going to be doing the character Beast. Now, I'm going to start out using my ColourPop No Filter Concealer, which is what I normally do with my eye looks. I always do this with every single look. So I'm going to go ahead and prime. Now, one thing that I did not realize when I done the review for the foundation is my concealer is a little bit too dark for that shade, because when I got this concealer I based the shade around my L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation and made it a good match for it, because the L'Oreal Pro Glow is my summer shade and it's a lot darker because I'm a lot tanner right now. So my concealer is a little bit darker than my foundation. I'm sorry, it just happened that way, but that's what happened. So now that we have primed our lids, I'm going to be going in. I don't know what I want to do with this. I don't really have a plan, so I'm just going to open up my palettes. I'm going to be using both of them. I'm going to use, of course, the Lot More Exotic colors from the James Charles Morphe palette, and then there's a lot of nice soft neutrals in my Soft Glam Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. So what I want to do is I want to start off, let me find a good brush here for what I want to do. I'm going to start off with this little packer brush from Morphe, and I'm going to go in with this bright yellow color right here from the Morphe James Charles palette. I'm not going to say that for the rest of the video. I'm just going to pick up a palette. You'll know which one I'm talking about because I'm only using two of them. So I'm just going to be going in with the lightest yellow shade, and I'm going to pick a lot of that up on my brush, and then I'm just going to be packing that on my lid because Belle's dress is a beautiful golden yellow color. I'm going to be packing that on my lid. If you guys see me randomly looking down, I have a timer on my phone that I have to keep looking at because for some reason after 12 minutes of filming on my camera shuts off automatically. And then after, I'll look in the monitor and I'll be like, oh gosh, my camera stopped filming. I have to go back, look at the previous video that I just filmed, see where it stopped, then pick up and start filming again, and then 12 minutes later, it's like a whole thing that I don't want to do anymore. So I have my phone down here with a timer on it, so if you see me randomly look down at my timer, that's why. So I'm going to pack this yellow color all over my lid and get a nice yellow base down. Like I said, when I looked up, because I looked up on Google, I didn't watch any YouTube videos to get inspiration, but I did look on, I just googled, Beauty and the Beast inspired eyeshadow looks. And I seen seen, you know, for Belle, I've seen a lot of like very neutral eye looks. And I already do neutral eye looks a lot already. So I wanted to do something that's more, not normal, I guess. I don't really know what you would call it. I wanted to do something that was more out of my comfort zone, because like I told you earlier, I don't really play with a lot of exotic colors. I don't play with like the light, or the, you know, the neon yellows, the neon pinks, the neon greens. I don't really play with those a lot. I don't really play with purples and blues. I normally just go for your basic ass neutral tones, and I've got to get out of the habit of doing that because I do those all the time. So I'm gonna start doing a lot more looks for you guys on here that's not just a basic neutral look. So I'm going to find my blending brush, and I'm going to blend this yellow out. I have my little Vermona Color Switch dupe here that I'm using also. And now I'm going to be taking this more baby pastel yellow color right here. I'm going to be taking that and I'm going to be blending out that that yellow into my crease and on my brow. I'm just going to take that and I'm just going to lightly buff it in. I don't want to go too hard on it because I don't want to brush any pigment away. So I'm just going to go in and lay it down and then lightly blend it out. I'm using very soft motions. I'm not, you know, just going in and, you know, blending very hard. So, and if I feel like if I'm losing any pigment on that yellow, I'm just going to go back in with that little packer brush wherever she just went. There she is. I'm just going to go back. I'm going to dip in back to that bright yellow color, and I'm just going to stamp some more pigment on. So like I said, I don't really know what look I'm really going for. I'm just kind of sitting down and playing with these colors and trying to broaden my spectrum as far as makeup looks that I can do. So now that I have this blended out into my crease and it's not such a harsh line, I want to go in with a flesh tone color from the palette. And I do know the name of this one, and it is Canvas. It's that nude, that nudish pinky color from the James Charles palette. And I'm just going to blend that pastel baby pink color, or baby yellow color, that we put down on our crease and on our brow bones. I'm just going to take some of that Canvas color and blend that out. That way everything is a nice blended gradient. Alrighty. So, this is what we have going on so far. I feel like I don't want to lean too much forward because I don't want to, like, make my palette go bye-bye. So that's what we're dealing with right now. It's really not much to look at other than a neon yellow eye and a weird color on my crease. So now I'm actually going to go ahead and sit down some pigment, some glitter pigment. Jesus, Brittany, talk right. Good Lord. So I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm going to go in with the color Bronze. This very beautiful, highly reflective gold pigment right here. First, I'm not going to spray my brush. Now, normally, the other two pigments in here that are glittery, Most of the time I have to spray them with my setting powder for them to go on very pigmented, but for some reason this one I don't really have to do that a lot with it. I'm going to take that, I'm going to pop this in the inner corner, and I'm going to go up a little bit also because I have hooded eyes. So I'm going to put this a little above my crease on the inner portion of my eye. Yes, I like that. I like that. I'm going to bring in a little bit more. I'm just going to pack that on really, really nice and get it really pigmented. Alrighty. And I have a crap ton of fallout on my foundation. I probably should have put some powder down, but I didn't because I'm a heathen. I don't care. We're just sitting down and playing. I will brush it all away in a minute. So, now I want to take a deeper brown color, I think is what I want to do. And I think actually I'm going to dip into another Anastasia color because I know this color works really, really well. I'm going to take this color burnt orange. I'm going to take burnt orange. It's like a burnt orange, I guess you could say. So I'm going to take that color. I'm going to get all of my stuff organized. I should have got organized before I started filming, but oh well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So now I am going to take that color, that burnt orange color from the Anastasia palette, and I'm going to get my little pencil packer brush here, and I'm going to dip into that burnt orange color. I'm actually going to take a mixture of burnt orange and orange soda. Those two colors right there. I'm going to take a mixture of those two, and I'm going to darken the outer corner. I'm just going to pack that on. So I want to stay focused on Belle's dress. I don't really want to go for a neutral look like I've seen a lot of other people do. And there's nothing wrong with that. I love neutral looks. That's what I normally do. But I wanted to kind of challenge myself with this look and give myself a challenge, because like I said, I'm not really used to working with bright colors. So when I seen this yellow in the palette, when I got this palette, I was like, oh, yep, I'm gonna have to try it. So I'm just packing this, and I'm actually going to kind of start blending it out a little bit, packing it on the outer corner and kind of blowing it out a little bit, making sure to, I'm going to go ahead and kind of smoke it into the pigment that we put on earlier. I still want that yellow to shine through. I kind of want a good gradient of that golden to the more orangey color. So now that we have that on, I'm going to take my blending brush, and I'm going to take my blending brush, there she is. I'm going to take my blending brush, and I'm just going to get the hair off me because I shed like 1,000 dogs. I'm going to take that, and I'm just, with a clean brush, this is clean, I've already used my little color switch on it, and I'm going to buff out the edges, that way it's not too harsh. Going to buff out the edges with my clean brush, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to add some pigment in again. That way I'm not just buffing the pigment away. I'm going to take those two colors again, put a little bit on my brush, and I'm going to kind of blend it over into where we put that yellow. Blend it out. Kind of blend a little bit up into the brow bone, and I feel like I'm losing a little bit of that color, so I'm going to take a little bit of that pastel yellow in the Morphe James Charles palette, and I'm going to bring a little bit of color a little bit of that color back into my crease and on my brow bone. I'm going to bring that up. And I'm actually going to take a little bit of that neon school bus yellow is what I'm going to call it because I don't know the color of it. I'm going to pop that and I'm going to put it right in between those two colors. And I'm just kind of gradiating, playing with the colors, gradiating them into each other. If I feel like I'm losing one color, I'll go back and I'll add the other color back in. That way my lid is not just one color. I want it to be a nice gradient. I don't know how many times I'm going to say gradient in this video. You guys count them for me. So, alright. So, to finish off, before I go back and put some more pigment on, because I went ahead and put the shimmery pigment on so that I could get a feel for what I was doing. Sometimes if I don't put a shimmer on, I'm like, what do I want to do? What colors do I want to go in with? But when I put when I go ahead and put a shimmer on, a lot of the times I can be like, oh, well, this color will look good with it, and this color will look good with it, and I can blend with this color, and it's not going to be too dark or too light. So I'm going to take a little bit of that canvas color, and I'm going to go back in. I'm going to pop that on the brow bone. I'm going to really buff this around the whole look. That way we have a nice gradient and we're not having harsh lines. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go back in with my little shimmer packing brush. If I can find her. Oh, come on, she didn't run away that fast. I'm actually going to take a different one. I'm going to take this little packer brush and I'm going to get some more of that bronze pigment from the Anastasia palette, the one we put on earlier. I'm going to pat that back on the inner corner. I feel like we lost a little bit of that color while we were blending and adding our transition colors and everything like that in. I feel like we lost this a little bit, so I'm going to go back in and put that back on. And there we go. Perfect. I like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this fallout off of my face, and I'm just going to take I'm just going to take a random brush and just flick it away. I'm probably going to put baking powder on my other eye. See, yep, because that happens. I'm going to have to go back in with my foundation or my concealer and cover that up. Because now I have a lot of glowiness under that eye, which is okay. It's not that big of a deal. I can fix it. So now what I want to do, I was going to just pop a black wing on here, but what I want to do to play with more colors from this palette is the rose is a very, very big part in Beauty and the Beast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down a black wing liner, and then what I'm going to do is I'll just tell you, I'll be right back. Let me pop on a wing and fix this mess right here, and I will show you what we're going to do with our winged liner. Alrighty, so I have went ahead and popped on a black liquid liner like I normally would for any of my other looks, but now normally what I would do is I would take a black shadow from either one of my palettes and I would just pat that on and make it matte and very, very pretty, and kind of blend it in a little bit. That way it's not so harsh. But actually what I want to do is I want to incorporate the rose. Now the rose plays a big part in Beauty and the Beast. It's, you know, it's how long the Beast has until, you know, he is permanently a beast. So I want to incorporate that on Belle's side because she is the one who is responsible for unlocking that curse. And so that's what I want to do. What I'm planning on doing is I'm going to take the green from the Morphe James Charles palette, and I'm going to put it on the inner mid and kind of the outer corner of the wing, and then the very tip of the wing, I'm going to make that a beautiful pink color, or red. I'm going to make it red. I'm going to make it a beautiful red color because the rose is red. So I'm going to start doing that. Let me get my palette back out. So I'm going to use both of these greens right here. I'm going to put this on the inner corner and probably mid to inner corner. And then I'm going to switch to this and go a little bit darker with the wing. That way it's a nice, you know, not just two different colors. And then when I switch to do the red for the rose, I'm going to be going in with this color right here. And I might also pop a little bit of the color Mulberry from the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, just to give that a little bit of dimension and depth. That way it's not just all one color. So I'm going to start off, and when I'm doing this, I'm going to be taking a angled brush. I'm going to start off with this little guy. This is actually a brow brush. It has a spoolie on the end, but I'm also going to be using it for this liner. And then I might switch off to this little square angled brush. So I'm going to start out with the lightest green in the Morphe James Charles palette. I'm going to get a lot of that on, and I'm going to put that. I might not talk a lot during this because I really want to focus and make this look really pretty. Oh, try not to blink. I'm going to pop that on the inner portion of that liner. Make it pigmented. I'm going to stop right here with this color. I'm going to switch to that darker green. I'm going to switch to the darker green in the palette that's right next to it. I'm going to kind of put that on the outer portion of that neon light green, and I'm going to go just a hair further. That way we kind of gradate with our colors. So that's the green portion of the liner. And now we're going to be moving on to the red portion. So I'm going to open my palette back up because it keeps falling on me. And I'm going to be taking that red that I originally showed you in the palette, and I'm going to be putting that right next to the green. And I'm getting fallout, which is okay. I'm going to put that a little bit into that green. That way, like I said, we gradate a little bit. And it's not just like light green, stop. Dark green, stop. Red, stop. Darker red, stop. I want it to actually blend in a little bit. I'm going to pop this on. I'm going to clean my brush. I'm actually not going to use that shader or that angled brush. I'm just going to stick with this little guy. So now I'm going to pop in with the last color, and that is the Mulberry from the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. I'm going to be putting that on the very outer corner of my wing. Okay, so I'm actually liking the lighter red. I don't really like the darker red. So I'm just going to take that lighter red color again, and I'm just going to go on the outer portion, kind of lighten it up. That way it more resembles a rose and not just a dark, vampy red liner. And I accidentally overstepped my liner boundaries, but that's okay. It's not horrible. Alrighty, so I've got this side done, or I've got the wing done. I don't have this side done. So now that we have that done, I'm going to clean up the little bit of fallout that I had on the lower part of my, or on my foundation. I'm probably gonna have to go back in and clean this up again, but it's okay. So now I'm going to move on to the lower lash line, and what I'm going to do for that is I'm probably just going to take a little bit of, I don't know, I'm probably going to take the burnt orange and the cream soda. I'm probably going to take this again, and I'm going to mix these two colors together, and I'm going to pop that on the lower lash line. I'm going to take this little brush right here, clean it, make sure she's clean. I really love this thing. So I'm going to take both of those colors, I'm going to dip into both of them. Where is my mirror? I'm losing my mind. And I'm going to brush that on my lower lash line. I'm going to blend it out. Now, I already have some of that bronze pigment that fell out when I was applying it, and it's on my inner corner. So I'm just going to take a little dab of that, and I'm also going to take a little dab of glistening right here, another beautiful golden shimmer pigment in this palette. I'm going to take a little bit of it, and I'm going to brush that on the inner lash line, on the inner corner of my eye. Marry those three colors together, make them love each other. And I made my eye water. I'm so glad I haven't done my lower liner yet, or else it will be just like going everywhere. So for the inner corner of the eye, I'm going to take that color Glisten. I'm going to pop that on the inner corner of my eye. Pop that in there. Oh, that is so pretty. I love that color. Pop that in there on the inner corner. Alrighty. So, now that we have that done, I'm going to go ahead and pop my mascara on. I'm not going to put any lashes on tonight, but I'm going to go ahead and pop my lower liner on and my upper and lower mascara, and I will be right back. Alright, you guys, lower liner and mascara is on, and this is the finished eye look for the Belle side of this Beauty and the Beast themed eye look. I'm actually really proud of how the liner turned out. I think it's really pretty. It's unique. So now that we've got that done, I'm going to move on to the Beast side. Now, Beast, I'm actually going to take aesthetic for like the blues and the golds from his outfit during the last part of the movie, because I really love that part. I think it's very beautiful. So for that side, again, I don't really know what I'm going to come out with. I don't know. I just don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and prime this side of my eye with a little bit more concealer, because it's been a little while since I put concealer on the first time. So I'm going to go ahead and put some more concealer on there, prime this eye again, and I also, while I was putting my mascara and liner on, I went ahead and re-put concealer on under my eye, because fallout, and I accidentally got a little bit of mascara on my face as well. So what I want to do for this side is I want to go ahead and start out with a blue shadow, a blue pigment, And I'm going to take my little packer brush to pack pigment on. And I'm going to take this darkest color right here. I want to take it. I'm going to pack it all over my lid. I've got to get in the habit of starting to use my right hand to do my makeup. I never use my right hand because I am left-handed. So I've got to start getting in the habit of using my right hand to do my right side of my face. So what is some of you guys' favorite Disney movies? Let me know in the comments below. I really love Beauty and the Beast. I'm really loving the remake that they just did a few years ago. I'm really liking that remake. I'm not sure if I like it better than the original. The original is pretty hard to beat. That was one of my favorite Disney movies as a kid growing up. So let me know in the comments below, what was your favorite Disney movie when you was a kid? Or what is your favorite Disney movie now? What is your kids' favorite Disney movies? My son is currently 2, and the funny thing about him is that when he was born, some babies are absolutely fascinated by the TV. Mine could care less about a TV. He did not care. He would look at it, he would laugh at it every once in a while, but overall he just did not care about TV at all. Which, you know, I was thankful of, because I don't want my kid like glued to the TV like a lot of kids are these days. But he just never really got into TV. But now that he's 2, he loves the Disney movie Cars. That is his favorite thing in the whole wide world. That is what his bedroom is themed as. He loves Cars. He's got Cars shoes, Cars sunglasses, millions of Cars toys. That's his thing. So that's what he loves. So now I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this blue right here, the one right above the one we just picked up. I'm going to use it, and I'm going to smoke out into my crease and into my brow bone. So I'm going to pick that up, and I'm going to lightly start blending that in and marrying those two colors together. I'm going to have to switch to my left hand, because if I don't, I'm going to mess this up. I keep telling myself, I'm like, Brittany, you've got to start doing makeup with your other hand. You've got to start learning to do it. You've got to start doing it. There's no way to get around it. You just got to do it. And I'm like, like, I tell myself I'm going to do it, but then when I actually go to do it, my hand is like, nah, we're not going to do this. Just no. So now that I've set that down and got that into my crease and into my brow bone, I just cleaned my brush off. I'm going to take a clean brush, and I'm going to blend out a little bit more with a clean brush and diffuse that edge. That way we have no harsh lines. There's no harsh lines available on this channel. So now that we've done that, I'm going to take a shimmer tone, and I don't know what shimmer I want to use. I don't know if I want to go in with gold like we did on this side, because of course his coat has gold on it. I don't know if I want to do that, or if I want to just do completely blue and do like a gold wing. That's what I'm gonna do. So there's not really a blue. The only blue shimmer color in here is this very, very light shimmer right here. I don't know if I really want to go in with that one or not. I don't know. What is this color? I've never even used this color before. I don't know. Let's swatch this and see what color it is. Maybe it's like, it looks like a darker shimmer blue, maybe. What color is this? I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see. I actually like that. I think I like that one. I think I'm gonna go in with that one. I just told myself there was not a blue shimmer in here that I would use, but we found one. So I'm going to take that blue shimmer color, And I'm going to use this one right here, the one we just swatched. I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that on my inner corner. It's not super shimmery and pigmented like this side is, but it works for what I want it to work for. So I'm going to take a packing brush. Which brush do I want to use? I'm going to use this little guy. Make sure it's clean because I don't want any kind of yellow tones in this right now. I'm going to take that color, I'm going to pick it up. And if I have to go in with my finger or if I have to wet my brush, I will. But right now I just want to see what we're dealing with. Hello, are you gonna come to the party and play? Yes, no, you're trying to, you're peeking your head in the door. You're like, do I want to join this party? No, yes. We're gonna wet our brush a little bit and see if that will convince him to come out and play. So, with a wet brush, and if this doesn't work, I will gladly go in with my finger and put this pigment on. Oh, yeah, there we go. There he is. We just had to give him a drink first. He had to have a drink to come to the party. He was a little shy. So I've got that on my inner corner and a little bit above. Pop that on. Now I want to take one of the darkest blues and really darken up my outer corner a bit. So I'm going to take my little pencil brush and I'm going to do just that. I'm going to take the darkest shade or the darkest blue shade in the palette. This one right. Excuse me. This one right here, I'm going to take that and I'm going to darken up the outer corner. And darken up the outer corner. And then we're going to blend it all in. I really like that. That's pretty. So now that we have got that patted on, I'm going to take my blending brush and blend that in. Blend everything together, get it nice and blendy. Take that and I'm going to blend up using soft circular motions to blend everything together. Blow this out just a hair. I don't want this too blown out. So like I did with the other side, I'm going to take a little bit of canvas, which is that nude color in the palette, and I'm going to put that on my brow bone just so we have a nice little gradient. Alright, I really like that. Okay, so now for the wing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and pop on a black wing liner, and then we will be back to see what we're going to do with the liner. Okay, so now we have our liquid liner on, and what I would normally do again, I would go ahead and pop a black shadow on top of this liner just to set it and just let it be. But I want to go in with that gold bronze, or it's called bronze, but it's a gold shimmer. Actually, no, hang on a second. Actually, I want to take this color right here. I'm going to take it first, see how it performs, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it on top of this black liner, see how it comes out, and if this doesn't do the job that I want it to do, I will switch back to my Anastasia palette and see how that would do. So I'm going to again take that little angled brush and I'm going to dip in to that shimmery golden color. I'm going to get I'm going to set this on top of it. Ooh, that's pretty. And instead of doing an ombre like we did with Belle's side, I'm just going to take and I'm just going to do a straight gold liner on this side. Now, I know that there are such things as gold liquid liners, but I don't have any right now, so I'm just improvising and going in with a gold shadow. Now, I didn't know that you could do this. I thought when you went in with these pigments on top of a liner, you had to have a white liner, because most of the time you have a white base when you put these, or not a white base, but you have a nude base when you put these shadows on. But after watching like Raw Beauty Christy, oh my god, Raw Beauty Christy, after watching her, Glam and Gore, Nikkie Tutorials, you know, everyone like that, I've finally caught on to this trick and started trying this out, and it's been working really well for me. If I want to do a colorful liner, I don't have to worry about having, you know, umpteenth amount of, you know, liquid liners laying around. If I feel like I want to have a red liner day, I can, you know, pop on a black liner and just pop a red color on top of it. Now actually, my favorite way to do a red liner is actually to go in with Jeffree Star, no, Anastasia, it's my Anastasia, no, it's Jeffree Star, it's my Jeffree Star's velour liquid lip in the dark red color. I can't remember what the name of it is. But if I want to do a red liner, most of the time I just reach for that and an angle brush and just pop that on. It dries down completely matte. It looks really pretty. So after we do this and get this on, I feel like I have hair everywhere. So now that we have that on, I'm going to go ahead and do my lower lash line, and then I will pop on my mascara and my lower liner. So what I want to do for the lower lash line is I'm going to take my little smudger brush, or whatever you want. I don't even know the names of these brushes. It is the Morphe M508. I'm going to take a mixture of those blues, and I'm actually going to start out using the lightest blue in the palette, and I'm going to start out with her. This one right here, I'm going to pop that on the inner corner, and then I'm just going to gradiate using all of these and go from like lightest to darkest. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start out with the lightest color. I'm actually going to mix in the two of those. I'm going to start out on the inner corner. I'm going to switch hands. So now that we have that on, I'm actually going to take a nude color and blend it out. That way it's not such a harsh edge, because again, we don't like harsh edges. So I'm going to take a little bit of blank canvas, and I'm going to go down to below this shade, and I'm just going to blend. Alright, so now that we have the lower lash line done, I'm going to go ahead and pop on my mascara and my lower waterline color, and I will be right back. Alright guys, and here is the finished look. I really hope you like this look. I really enjoy it. It's really, really pretty. I'm actually kind of proud of myself. I don't really play with colors a lot, so I hope you guys really like this look. Let me know if you guys would like to see more Disney inspired makeup looks. I would be happy to do them, and I would really, really enjoy doing them as well, because I'm a huge Disney fan. So please leave a like and a comment and hit that subscribe button. I will see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed this look as much as I loved as much as I loved making it. I can't talk. Please, someone send some help. So, again, leave a like and a comment and a subscribe, and I will hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. I will see you guys later. Bye.